the cycle of birth and death. We are here with you always and forever. Take a deep breath to connect with us more deeply. And once again, take another deep breath. Feel your inner patience. It is calm. It is peaceful. It is allowing. Oh, yes, so allowing. It is not controlling. It is time, if you choose, to give up the need to be in control, the need to know. Yes, oh yes, simply accept the mystery of this moment as it leads so gently, so very gently, to the next moment. Allow the grand unfolding of your life to happen without needing to know what is next. Linearity. It exists so you can know that you are not home. Yes, you are just visiting, a temporary sojourn in this lifetime. Soon it will pass, but how long is soon? That depends. It depends on so much. The leaving of your lifetime expression always occurs from a place of love. But you say, how can that be? As so many people die horrible and awful deaths. They often die young and before their time. We know it makes no sense to you, but let us assure you that it is not the case. The passing over, or shall we say the passing back, the coming home, so to speak, is always for a reason. You rarely are able to know or understand that reason, for you see life from the human perspective. It only truly makes sense to us, for we see it from a different perspective. All is clear to us. You may think there is randomness, that there is chaos in your world, but that is not the case. All has a purpose. Even the passing back of those who leave their lifetime expressions before their apparent time, so to speak, has purpose. All, and we repeat all, leave or move on when the purpose, or as you may say, the time is right. For when you come to see human life from our side of the veil, all things appear very differently. We call it the veil because it covers over that which is not necessarily evident to all. The veil separates the duality from all that is one. So when we pull back the veil so you can have a glimpse of life from this side, from the all is one, you will agree it appears so different. Yes, so very different. Life from your side of the veil, or your perspective, must be finite, and that is what confuses and often disturbs you. You see all around you what appears to be permanence. You crave permanence and definitiveness. It is so difficult for you to accept the not knowing of your future. You so desperately want to know so you can feel secure. When you don't see something, you think it is not there. You want your loved ones, the people you care about, to ever be present with you. Of course they are, you just don't know it. What is so amusing to us, if there was such a thing as us being amused, is you don't even really know who your true loved ones are. You think they are your family, those related to you by blood, so to speak. You see, the concept of the human family was created so you could learn, so you could grow, so you could come to know yourself better. It has always been part of the plan. You get attached to your family because you think they are part of you, that they are here to protect you. You were even taught that you need them to stay safe. But alas, that is an illusion. We are here to help you learn that you need no one, yes, no one, to protect you because you are infinite. Infinite, no beginning and no end. But how could you learn about your infiniteness if you weren't able to experience your finiteness? And so death is required in the human plan so that you may come to know an aspect of yourself that you could not comprehend in spirit. To truly experience your finiteness, you must become attached to other finite beings. The attachment is so very important in the learning. To feel you are a part of others allows you to understand your limitations. The human experience is very much about learning limitations because in spirit, no such thing exists. In spirit, there are no limitations. So you come forth in human form to learn how limitations can affect existence. And what a better way to learn limitations than to create birth, beginnings, and death, endings. Of course, birth has no limitations, but death definitely does. You crave birth or beginnings, but you do so with such apprehension. Yes, apprehension, fear, worry, and anxiety about the end, death. For the beginning is so expansive, so opening, and death is so limiting, so final. You have been taught, no, you have been programmed, and it is part of the design to believe that death is the end. And we cannot deny to the human experience, it feels like the absolute end. It is meant to feel that way from the human perspective, but that is not the truth. It never was, and it never will be. It will always feel like the final end from the human experience. It must. It is part of the design. Just as you felt yourself being cut off from your source upon human incarnation, so too will you always experience the extreme feeling of being cut off from the human existence upon your mortal death. That is why death feels so sad, so lonely, and so final for those you leave behind. Death, the human separation from what you believe is life, is meant to replicate in human terms what occurs to spirit when human life begins. Both human birth and human death, and we emphasize both, are about beginnings and endings, oneness and separation. Upon your human birth, you are separated from Source, and this signifies the beginning of one, and we emphasize but one of your human experiences. That separation is also the beginning of a new oneness that you are about to experience. The oneness, the connectedness, the attachment of you to your human family. You will come to believe that this family represents those that you are to become close to in this human lifetime expression. The term family is used to mean those you feel connected to. Becoming attached to other human beings is an important part of the design, for that attachment allows you and the ones you leave behind upon human death to deeply feel separation once again. For this time, unlike your human birth, it is not the Creator, the Source, that you become separated from. It is the human connections that you have come to know as family. This is slightly different than the spirit family you left behind upon your human incarnation. So human death represents endings and beginnings, separation and coming together, oneness. The cycle continues from separation to oneness, to separation to oneness, and again the cycle goes on for infinity. Separation and oneness, it cannot be escaped. It cannot be avoided. So dear humans, our true brothers and sisters, we hope you can come to truly realize that death is not bad. Yes, it will always be sad. It will hurt Leaving that which you are attached to always creates deep feelings. If we could feel as humans do, I am sure we would feel the sadness that you do when a loved one leaves us to come back into the human lifetime experience. We have not yet explained why the timing of human death often seems so unfair and cruel, but we shall not endeavor to explain that component of death at this time. Instead, we ask you to integrate the deeper message that we have given you about birth and death, beginnings and endings, oneness and separation. When you have truly integrated this message, we will gladly continue our interpretation of why death occurs when it does in the human experience.